Hi, Wes Lee, and welcome to the weekly Mesonet Weather Report. We have been just about as lucky as possible this summer at dodging the normally oppressive summer heat. As of midweek, we have had only a handful of sites that have seen the 100-degree mark, all of them being in the western third of the state. As nice as it has felt, it looks like the tide may finally be turning as a high-pressure heat dome is expected to set up residents directly over the state this weekend. This map is the expected high temperatures for Saturday. You can see that most of the state will be at or above the normal highs of about 94. And according to the Climate Prediction Center, the heat dome is likely to persist for a while. This map shows the temperature expectations for next week. The browns and reds indicate it is likely to stay above the long-term average for this time of year. 2 weeks out, and the picture looks almost the same, with a high probability of hot weather to deal with. The temperature is only one of the weather variables that can make Oklahoma's summer so hard to deal with. With the increase in heat, we will likely see increases as well in relative humidity. These two together gives us the heat index. Heat indexes have not been a factor for a while, but the National Weather Service is indicating that they may move up into the warning levels starting this weekend. This is the heat index forecast from the Norman office for Saturday afternoon. The Tulsa office is showing numbers even higher for eastern counties. You can see how the heat index is calculated with this table. Technically, they can only happen when temperatures are 80 or above. As the temperature increases and/or the humidity increases, then the number climbs higher. There is another calculated product that is even better at estimating how the heat might be impactful. It is the wet bulb globe temperature risk. This map takes into account multiple weather factors to determine a human felt temperature. Here is an example of the map from Wednesday afternoon. On this day, there were no real risk factors showing up, but we expect a lot of high and extreme risk to show up next week. This table does a good job at showing the difference between heat index and the wet bulb globe temperature risk. The latter takes into account more variables such as wind, sunlight intensity, and sun angle. It is also measured in direct sunlight and not in the shade like heat index is. If you have to be out in the heat in the coming few weeks, it is wise to know the symptoms of heat stress and heat stroke. While some of the signs may be similar between the two, one big difference is sweating. If you are experiencing heat symptoms and suddenly stop sweating, it is time to seek out medical attention as quickly as possible. Along with the heat will be limited rainfall. Gary will be back next week to catch us up on the latest rainfall and drought maps on the Oklahoma Weather.